Real quick, I think people that didn't play quarterback don't understand how chemistry works. Like potential doesn't mean chemistry. And I played quarterback in college, and my senior year of high school, I had one receiver was a sophomore, Jeremiah, played Division I college football, incredibly talented. And we had a senior receiver named Cameron who played the same position, and they would sub in and out. And I had way better chemistry with Cameron. In a 2-minute drill, I was targeting Cameron all the time, and I preferred when Cameron was in, even though Jeremiah could run way better, would make bigger plays, was more talented. I'm like, hey, I know when I throw a 10-yard out route, Cameron's going to be there. I don't trust the footwork of Jeremiah, even though I can acknowledge how much better he is as a football player and as a receiver. So even though Mo Alley Cox and Paris Campbell, they're very talented, chemistry doesn't work that way. Like chemistry and talent and potential are not all the same thing. And people often forget how that works. Like it takes a tremendous amount of trust when you're throwing timing routes and throwing like an out route or a hitch and stuff like that. I mean, you have to understand that that just takes time and you can't force it and you can't expect. Mo Alley Cox, I agree with a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, look at what he's capable of. Yeah, totally. But you have to do the work and take the time and be patient and allow that relationship to develop and not force it and not be angry that it's not there yet.
A great representation of that is T.Y. Hilton. If you go back and look with Andrew Luck, the chemistry was there, and they were able to make amazing plays together, plays that you just don't see all the time in the NFL, where, Andrew Luck knew exactly where he was going to be in any given point. Even when a play broke down, he knew. Yeah. He knew he's going to react this way, and I'm going to throw the ball here, and he's going to end up being there, and it's going to be a 56-yard catch for a touchdown, even after, or something of that nature. Andrew Luck retires, and then you have like Brissett, and then you have Phillip Rivers. They don't understand the thought process that's going on in T.Y. Hilton the same way Andrew Luck has. And now, in this situation, when you bring in a brand new quarterback into the equation, it's so difficult on him because not only does he got to get in the locker room, understand the playbook, get his relationship with the head coach or OC has to be like dead on. Now, Colts lucked into that one, obviously. Yeah. But off the field, right, is so important. And I think that has a big thing. He hosted a lot of people. As soon as he was traded for, he was bringing guys like Michael Pittman and Zach Pascal out to California and Arizona and stuff like that, and just throwing around with them, getting to know him a little bit. And I think that helped a ton. Even though he missed a lot of training camp, doing that with those specific guys, I think helped him trust them more and get that chemistry down a little bit faster than with some of the other players. So, agreed, man. I just hope that they're able to stay healthy, because health and being availability, being the best ability, that is key all across the board, across the board. So
well, I got two things to say there, if I may. First of all, I hope people realize and appreciate like the chemistry between Matthew Stafford and what's that? Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
It's unbelievable. Like people don't understand how ridiculous it is. They've reached the level they're at so quickly. Like it's almost unfair to compare anybody else, their relationship so quickly to like Carson Wentz or Zach Wilson or any other quarterback in their first year with a new team. It's like, no. Let's appreciate what Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford are doing and not try to expect that from everyone else, because it's just almost impossible. Now, you mentioned availability, and rest is really hard for me personally. I pull all-nighters all the time, and I have decisions like almost every night. It's 2 a.m. and I'm like, do I push through and keep going, or do I go to bed? And I often forget how valuable rest can be. Like, hey, sometimes my best work is going to happen if I go to sleep for 4 hours and then finish. But that I think comes from competition, wanting to, I'm going to get that video out first. I'm going to push through. I'm going to do that. And that explains, that comparison to me perfectly explains Carson Wentz's desire to be on the field. He realizes that the number one knock on him is that he gets injured, and he hears it all the time. And look, I get criticized so much, and no matter what I say, someone's going to be mad at me about it, and it hurts. And I don't care who you are. it doesn't feel good, and you know what the criticisms of you are, and there's no way Carson Wentz doesn't know that too. That the knock on him is he gets hurt, so he's eager to prove no, I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to miss games, and I'm sure it broke his heart that he got hurt in training camp, and he's then doubting himself. Oh my gosh, am I injury prone? Because that's all I'm hearing about me, and that doubt creeps in. And so I think you touched on it earlier, maybe putting himself into situations he shouldn't, partially because he's trying to appease people that are not as big as supporters. He's trying to prove to himself and other people that no, this isn't a problem. I can hang in here, and I'm not injury prone. And it's sad that happens, but it's human nature to want to prove people wrong when you don't like their assessment of you.
Well, yeah, that is a really good point because on my other show, Believe in Colts, I got DeQuell Jackson is my co-host, and we have discussed that before.
I had him in Madden, dude. I loved that guy.
Yeah,
he was always on my team. He's awesome.
Yeah, very smart guy, very very open as well, and articulates very well. Very surprised when I had him as my co-host, and I look forward every week when I sit down and talk with him. But he was talking about how it's not just what's going on here and what you're thinking about fans as well. You're worried about what these guys in your locker room think of you as well. You know, that locker room is so important, and you're the quarterback, you know, and as a quarterback, you want to show that you are a leader and that you are going to be there for the team and that kind of thing. And I honestly, I believe that walking into this situation that he's been in, I think it's more about that locker room and showing them, look, guys, I will be here for you. Don't listen to what the media and fans are saying or what you think that, you know, has happened to me the last couple years. In my career, I'm going to be here for you. So what you say, I think, is dead on, but I think it has a lot to do with his own teammates because of that situation.
I've always wondered, what does injury prone mean? Like, how are there certain people that really actually get injured more, or is it their playing style? Like, because it's not. I'm sorry, but don't tell me that Carson Wentz's bones are just more brittle. That's so stupid. So what does that mean when people say? Like, what does that actually mean when people say he's injury prone? What are they trying to say, and what do they mean there?
I've heard this, and I was against that for a long time until I realized how I used to play. I'm a 6'6" guy, right? I'm 6'6". Yes.
Remind me never to get in a fight we did then. Oh, my gosh.
I'm 6'6", 265. Okay? And I remember how I played, and I got hurt a lot. And it had a lot to do with how I stepped, how I moved, what I thought about when I was given a certain situation. And then, of course, everybody's body is different as well, right? Like, my arm will not bend the same way someone else's arm does. You know, like, you know how some people can, you know, reach on their back and reach all the way up behind their back up to the nape of their neck, where I can't even get to the middle of my back with my arm. You know, some people are just more flexible. Some people move a certain way. Their muscle structure is a little bit different. And then, of course, their play style. You know, I like Carson Wentz. He is known for wanting to hold the ball, break out the pocket, look, you know, extend a play. And he feels like every play that he's out there, he can do something to make a positive situation happen. I understand that. I get it. But Andrew Luck was the same way, you know. But at some point, you have to realize what your body can and can't do in your career. I learned this in high school, you know, before college. I learned this, and that helps knowing what in the world, you know, what your body can and can't do. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, they knew what their limitations was. And if you got Aaron Donald breathing down your neck and you know he's there, best defensive lineman possibly ever in football, breathing down your neck. If that was Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, they would have went down in a heartbeat and not thought twice about it. Carson Wentz thinks, I can escape this, get out and make a positive play and get a first down. And maybe get a touchdown rather than go for a field goal. And what happens? He gets wrapped up, and that's where that ankle sprain happened. Well, obviously,
that carries over from Philadelphia. And but let me ask you a question, and I want the audience to hear this. Am I talking too quick? I don't know. Like I hear you and your cadence is so beautiful and like smooth, and I know I get excited, like ah.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.